Welcome, everybody, to episode 157 of the SuperHousePodcast. This is Andrew, and I'm once again joined by Matavius.
Oh, hi.
And Wolfavius.
Mr. Cruz at your service, bro. That was my impression of Andrew doing an impression of me.
I like that, dude. That was really good, man. This week, we return to our deep dive into the Hasbro-verse.
Yes!
This time around, we're going to be discussing Mobile Armored Strike Command, a.k.a. M.A.S.K.
Fuck yeah.
How familiar is everybody with
fucking
M.A.S.K, Stefan?
I had a girlfriend in Chicago who had no interest in toys or anything whatsoever, but she had a really close relationship with her father, and he gave her, when she was well after the age of 18, like some M.A.S.K toys, I guess, because she watched it as a kid. And I was like, I always knew about the toys, but I never really watched the cartoon. Wait a minute. I did, because it had the kid who had the little robot that was like a motorcycle.
Wait a minute, I did.
I don't remember a single full episode of the show, but I remember the intro to it. And I really liked that girl. I wish she wouldn't have dumped me.
Okay, Maddie.
I don't... What are we doing again?
M.A.S.K. I'm kind of the same way.
That's how much I know about it.
Yeah, it was not in my area. I don't remember seeing this at all when I was a kid. I didn't know about this until the internet showed up.
Yesterday.
Yeah, I just found out about it yesterday and wrote a bunch about it. No fucking familiarity whatsoever, but I've gotten a lot more familiar with it since doing the research for this podcast. So let's get into it as we usually do. What is M.A.S.K? Well, M.A.S.K is an acronym for Mobile Armored Strike Command, and it is an animated television series produced by both Kenner Products and French-American Deke Enterprises. Anybody remember this?
Oh, yeah. My childhood was filled with Deke.
Deke.
Dick.
Lots
I feel like they had to have a girl say or somebody say it just so that nobody would like mispronounce it or something.
It's Deke, not Dick.
I think they also did Inspector Gadget. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway,
Love Inspector Gadget.
It's interesting to see Deke again. Anyway, and also, how can we go without a deep dive without going into the theme song? But you know what? Instead of doing the original, because we're going to do that in the reaction, I found this awesome cover of the original song, and I think even in the comments on YouTube, it has the original composer praising this guy's work. So. M.A.S.K is a media franchise created by Kenner. The main premise revolved around the fight between an underground task force called M.A.S.K and a criminal organization called Venom, or Vicious Evil Network of Mayhem.
Nice.
We need a longer acronym than them.
Yeah, pretty much. Who are M.A.S.K? Well, glad you guys asked. They are a special task force led by Matt Tracker, who operate transforming armored vehicles in their ongoing battle against Venom, with an emphasis on superpowered masks worn by the characters of both factions. Venom's primary goal was obtaining money through their robbery, extortion, counterfeiting, and kidnapping, or attempting to steal historical artifacts.
Sons of bitches.
Transforming vehicles, huh? All right. Yeah, all right. Who are the characters? Well, Matt Tracker, the leader of M.A.S.K and the main protagonist of the franchise. Tracker is a multimillionaire and philanthropist He was one of the creators of the original M.A.S.K team, along with his teenage brother Andy and Miles Mayhem.
Nice.
In the 2008 Specialist Tracker action figure release in 2008 for the G.I. Joe toy line, he is a technology and stealth expert for the Joe team, while Venom is a branch of Cobra Command.
Oh, wow.
They all have their own vehicles in M.A.S.K too, of course. Many of them having not just one, but several M.A.S.K and or vehicles. So for Matt Tracker, I got an explanation for this. It's a red Chevrolet Camaro, which can transform into a gull-winged fighter jet. His M.A.S.K is Spectrum that contains multiple capabilities such as firing deafening sound waves, allowing a limited free-fall flight, firing a laser, and allowing Tracker to be seen in different visual spectrums.
What?
Then we got Bruce Magic Sato, a Japanese-American mechanical engineer and design specialist who serves as Matt Tracker's de facto second-in-command. Bruce tends to speak in Confucian riddles that often confuse his teammates, except for Tracker. His occupation, racial. I guess otherwise, is toy maker. I don't know why it's always a toy maker with Japanese characters. Anyway, he operates the ATV portion of Rhino, though in the animated series he frequently drives the main vehicle himself. His M.A.S.K is called Lifter, which creates an anti-gravity field. Whoa. There's a lot going on here, man. Gloria Baker, a champion racing driver and black belt in Kung Fu. Does Kung Fu have black belts? Anyway.
Hell yeah.
Occupation Sensei, and then she drives a white Porsche 928 that transforms into a submarine. First show appearance was in episode 33. Her Collider M.A.S.K produces an energy-absorbing shield. And then they got T-Bob, the cowardly robot sidekick of Scott Tracker that converts into a single-wheel scooter.
Yeah, that thing was badass, man. I loved that shit. I wanted one. I still want one.
It reminds me of like Witwicky's. It's probably like a Witwicky type of thing from, whatever he had in the Transformers cartoon. T-Bob cracks bad jokes and is easily frightened. Oh, man. T-Bob was apparently short for Thingamabob. All right. He has no mask or vehicle because he's a robot sidekick. And there's a lot more characters here in this show, but just for the sake of brevity, we're going to stop it there. Okay, so the cartoon had a total of 75 syndicated episodes over 2 seasons that were broadcast from September of 1985 to November of 1986. The first season consisted of 65 episodes, but the second season, whose theme was centered more around auto racing instead of crime fighting, lasted only 10 episodes. The idea was seemingly to combine elements of both G.I. Joe and Transformers into one package. And here's a list of some episode descriptions just to give you an idea of what the show was all about. So, the Death Stone, the first episode on September 30th, 1985, Venom steals a strange meteorite with healing powers using Switchblade disguised as an UFO. Episode 2, The Star Chariot. Venom steals a mystical arrowhead rumored to point the way to an alien spacecraft buried in the desert. A lot of UFO shit. Episode 3. Venom steals an ancient book which holds the secrets of a mythological city of riches.
Cool.
Episode 4, last one. M.A.S.K tries to retrieve a stash of military plutonium that Venom plans to use to power an earthquake machine.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, so I'd say that M.A.S.K is kind of the top underdog of the Hasbro universe. It has the most potential out of the other ones that we've talked about in this Hasbro deep dive. Mm-hmm. Maybe not as much as G.I. Joe or Transformers. That's why I say he's the underdog. That's why I say it's the underdog. And I do personally like Micronauts a bit, but I do think M.A.S.K has probably the third most potential out of all of them. IGN voted M.A.S.K the 99th best animated series in 2009. I guess best ever. They said it was one of the most popular cartoon toy marketing franchises of the 80s, stating that it took many of the strengths of G.I. Joe and Transformers while taking few of their flaws. And then, Stefan, if you could read this, I found just a dude on YouTube named Chad talking about it. He had this to say.
All right. M.A.S.K taught me that a Camaro with the gull-winged doors could fly simply by having them open. I refuse to believe otherwise to this day.
Thanks, Chad. The M.A.S.K Dark Army and the show Mr. Robot also watched M.A.S.K in one of their episodes as well. So people are remembering it and they're trying to put it in some of their shows. And now let's get to the toys.
Yow! About fucking time.
Just like
love
everything.
Toys.
Exactly.
I freaking love them.
Just like everything else in the
They're
80s,
great.
the cartoon was basically a 30-minute advertisement for the toy line, but we all ate the shit up anyway. The M.A.S.K toy line ran from 85 to 88, releasing 4 official series through those years. Each series featured a group of common vehicles with the ability to transform into armored combat vehicles. Most vehicles came with 1 or 2 drivers, and each character had a mask with a certain ability, just like the show. What differentiates M.A.S.K from some American toy lines is that every single item in the line was released in Europe. Some packaging was altered for the European market to make the line seem less violent, such as revising box art so that the vehicle's weapons were not shown firing, or in several cases, changing vehicle names entirely. Additionally, Europe received 4 adventure packs that were not released in North America,
They get all the good stuff.
as well as several extra action figure 2-packs with repainted colorways of their original costumes.
These toys are awesome, man.
There is some speculation online that the Ninja Turtles were the final nail in the coffin for the M.A.S.K line. It was actually sort of picking up, sort of kind of popular, and then boom, Ninja Turtles came out. See ya, M.A.S.K.
Yeah.
So
They did a good amount of accessories with each figure and stuff. Really great little designs and stuff. I'm looking at a visual aid currently. They had a bunch of little snappy things and weapons that would clip on. I always loved that with something like this, Centurions or Exo Squad. I always liked stuff you could clip onto the figure. This was a great line of toys. But Turtles, I could see that shit for sure.
Yeah,
And
'cause
you were-
it's, fucking turtles.
you were also a huge G.I. Joe fan, so this was like kind of right in your alley, right, Stefan?
Yeah, definitely. I was a big, as much as I'm not a fan of like the real military in real life, I'm a huge fan of like military based like toy lines and games and stuff like that. And these guys were great. Yeah, this shit is awesome. I would love to have some of these.
Military sci-fi is an underused genre. Anyway,
agreed.
eBay lists one figure on there. I was searching today. I think it was a loose figure, but it was only like 99 cents. But then the vintage M.A.S.K road racing set 1985 Kenner M.A.S.K toy slot car track Thunderhawk was over $100.
Yep. I'm gonna try and track some of these down. I'm gonna see if I can find one for a little affordable, reasonable price.
Yeah, there's you can definitely still get them for fairly cheap, man. At least for now. Let's move on into comics. So the first M.A.S.K comics were 3 mini comics produced by Kenner that were packaged with the vehicles from the first series of the toys in 1985. After the success of the franchise, DC Comics. So this is also let's put a little pin in this. This is the first time that DC took something over from Hasbro and not Marvel, because Marvel was handling Micronauts and ROM, if you remember. I can't remember what happened with Visionaries. It's been a while now, but so this is kind of an interesting change there. And they picked up the rights and produced a special insert which appeared in several comic books dated September and November 1985 to launch a 4-issue mini-series. This was soon followed by another insert in comics dated from June to November 1986 and a regular series that lasted 9 issues in 87. In 2016, the franchise was reintroduced as part of IDW's Revolution crossover series with writing by Brandon Easton and artwork by Tony Vargas.
Cool.
Matt Tracker is depicted as African American in this series.
Interesting.
Easton described the character as an engineering genius, an intellectual bad boy who has been
That's me. I'm that.
who has been in search of stability since the loss of his father at an early age. M.A.S.K branched out into its own series starting in November of 2016, but was canceled by IDW after only 10 issues.
Yikes.
So, yeah, not great. Although the series was canceled, the characters from Brandon Easton's M.A.S.K comic series returned later in 2017 as part of IDW's First Strike crossover. Featured in both a one-shot issue and a 6-issue miniseries. And IDW lists this as their synopsis.
Launching from the events of Revolution, the M.A.S.K team streaks into a dangerous, unstable landscape of dark wars, high intrigue, and non-stop action, where they'll encounter the nearly unstoppable threat of Miles Mayhem and his Black Ops squadron known as Venom. How will an untested Matt Tracker lead M.A.S.K through a complex new world order where nothing is what it seems? Join writer Brandon Easton, Marvel Comics Agent Carter, artist Tony Vargas, Rot and Ruin, and cover artist Tommy Lee Edwards for an exciting 21st century spin on the classic series where illusion is the ultimate weapon.
That sounds like a Visionaries line, being illusion. Anyway, whatever. I guess the mask is an illusion. All right,
You're whatever. A visionary.
All right, so that sounds pretty epic and all that, but comicbastards.com had this to say about this series.
It's safe to assume that I'll be adding M.A.S.K to my list of Hasbro IDW titles that I don't read. 1 out of 5 stars.
Bastards indeed. Okay. Thank you for that, Stefan. All right, so moving on into video games. Yeah, yes, thank you. Moving on into video games. Beginning in 1987, British software house Gremlin Graphics released a trilogy of computer games based on the M.A.S.K franchise for various 8-bit computer formats. But
hell yeah.
Other than these 80s PC games, I don't think there was ever a single M.A.S.K game other than that. So,
yeah, well,
kind of sucks, but hey, there you go.
Hasbro's probably got it in the works as we speak, putting together their Hasbro
it's kind of
universe.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it was like their minor hit. Like they had 2 big ones, a minor hit, and then several duds.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Interesting to see if it ever resonates with folks.
Yeah. Like Visionaries, like it was a cool look, but it seemed like it was kind of a dud.
Yeah.
Ultimately. So that's pretty much it for games. Moving into the last section before we actually watch this thing. The movie. So this is where we're at with the timeline.
Is there nudity?
Yes.
Yes.
Rated R M.A.S.K adaptation.
So on December 15th, 2015, Hollywood reported that Hasbro and Paramount were joining forces to create a shared cinematic universe that combines M.A.S.K, G.I. Joe, Micronauts, Visionaries, and ROM all into one. A group of screenwriters that included Michael Chabon, Chio Hodari Coker, John Francis Daly, and Jonathan Goldstein were hired to develop storylines with Akiva Goldsman overseeing the project.
Nice.
Then, in January 2018, Daly and Goldstein revealed to IGN that M.A.S.K inclusion in the film project was quote-unquote unlikely to happen without specifying a reason. Then, just a few months later, on April 18, 2018, Paramount announced a revival of the M.A.S.K film project, which would be directed by F. Gary Gray, and would be developed as a contemporary subculture movie with a youth empowerment angle.
Don't know what any of that means, but sure.
It means that F. Gary Gray is definitely, you know, I mean, and again, why wouldn't he keep that revised Matt Tracker as African American? So, and boom, there you go.
There you go. So they're saying it's going to be an urban adventure.
They might have used... Actually, I feel like they might have used the word urban at some point.
Yeah. That's cool, though. That's cool.
Whatever. It's cool.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Kids
But
in the hood need their heroes, too, man.
Exactly.
Probably more than kids not in the hood. But anyway.
Exactly, man.
Another topic for another day.
F. Gary Gray is currently filming Men in Black, the Men in Black spinoff, and he has done a Fast and the Furious before, Vehicles. So he has he has experience with vehicle action plus genre films now. So I do think that he is an excellent pick. He's also, diversity behind the camera, which is great as well. And it'll be a very cool part of the Hasbroverse if all this kicks off. And we've already seen a Transformers movie, and we've seen a G.I. Joe movie, and I'm down with reboots of that. But if they are going to kick off a universe, let's get that third film in there with M.A.S.K. I think it's like the perfect one after those their top two.
Yeah.
So before we go into the reaction, how do you guys feel about this so far? Maddie, you've been quiet.
I'm into it. I just want to watch an episode.
That's like a Joey review. I like it.
I mean, I didn't grow up with it, so it doesn't other stuff that we've talked about on here definitely resonates with me.
The member berries aren't there.
Yeah, so when you start talking about stuff about the plot like this, it doesn't ring a bell.
Right.
I'm like excited to watch an episode because I don't remember this.
Right.
But I'm just kind of taking it all in.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited to check out this episode, and I've really enjoyed all the little details that you shed light on here, and I've been like looking at the toys and stuff while you've been talking about it. It's so great. I'm really excited to see that opening sequence again because that's really all I remember. And time to get nostalgic. Let's do this.
All right, here we go. So now we're going to do a little reaction to the first episode of M.A.S.K.
A little viewy poo. Oh yeah, sweet sound of the synth.
Dude, this song, I love it, man.
It's great.
This is my shit. It's my shit. Yeah.
It's got a Knights of the Round Table vibe here. God, those designs are pretty cool. That female one was good. I love that. I love that thing. I want one.
Dude, this song is
I hope they got good seat belts and gonna fly right out of them what were they called? Gull wing doors. That one shoots a boat out of it. That's pretty cool. These are all great.
It is so smart to just kind of combine the two things.
Mm-hmm.
What are our two top things? Let's just combine them into one.
Yeah. Dud.
You got to have views like this in the movie, by the way.
That's fucking cool. That little motorcycle that turns into a helicopter. Like, pretty cool.
Yes.
Space.
Oh,
the
shit.
final frontier.
I have not seen this either, guys. I don't think.
Nothing good happens after a meteor strikes.
So true.
Inciting incident much?
What's that DC guy again that became immortal from fucking Meteor? I think I thought about him.
I don't know.
Looks to me like we have proof at last of a life-giving meteor. Now we'll be
Life-giving, huh?
Cool.
Hey, these cameras.
They would have that thing quarantined down if there was some kind of plant growing out of it. Like, no. The government. Oh,
It's the government.
Unbelievable.
cool. Give us back our meteor.
Is it alien technology that makes all
Whoops.
this shit happen?
This is the alien equivalent of getting your football in somebody else's yard. Thank you. That's a special meteor.
Oh no.
Is that a member of Venom?
Dang it. Yeah, it seems so. I'm gonna punch this woman.
That's Mrs.
I take back what I
Shoot him
said
with it.
earlier. They definitely got the women characters right off the bat.
Woohoo! Dang, that was a sick jump.
Company coming, Rocks. Get out the welcome mat.
No sweat. You can clean up when the party's over.
Cool.
I kind of feel like they could go even crazier with the mask designs.
Yeah, they could be a little better
Yeah.
overall.
Some
Sort
of
of
them do
plainish.
look cool, though.
Yeah. I like the female one. That yellow one looked really cool, like a Cyclops kind of visor over the front.
Yeah.
I bet it was a lot of like, well, what will be easy to reproduce as a figure?
Right, yeah.
Totally.
That's
and they
true.
were smaller too, so like doing those molds would have been probably had to do a certain size before they would be flimsy or something. We need to bring back lasers as ammunition in both movies and cartoons.
Yeah,
they
it's
probably
always
still
better.
do that, right? I like that. Oh. Dead in real life.
Survive that crash.
Oh, yeah, he is thinking what I was thinking.
But not a good diver.
Not a good diver.
A woman just died.
I'm from Queens.
I want to be a henchman, but I want to be like the voice of reason. Henchman. God, have some respect.
In my home, Professor Stevens.
You ever see the non-wasteful gangster on Key and Peele? They're pouring out one for their homies, and the one guy is like, "But it's just so wasteful."
Yeah.
I hope the report.
I do remember that.
Better than good. You're supposed to help people in trouble. And boy, could I use some help now.
So can a lot of people, Professor Stevens. However, my interests lie in rather unusual.
I don't trust him.
situations.
Better
Unusual.
look at this. It's a question of life or death.
Is
for
that Matt
millions
Tracker,
of
bro?
people.
Okay, yeah, maybe that is.
Blonde hair, blue eyes, probably.
Look at his little robot friend.
T-Bob.
T-Bob, he's like the snarf of the series.
Snarf.
Seems a little smart. Alan Tudyk would play his voice.
Yep.
Oh, nice. T-Bob, dude.
Yes! His dick is a wheel. Just like me.
You should get that checked, man.
Oh. Oh.
You know, I'm kind of sad that we'll never get the
They should call him Venemies.
robot voice from back in the day, because Siri already speaks better than this. So any
Yeah.
robots in the future from now are going to be even better.
I must sound ridiculous to you. Hold on, let me fix
No, man,
my
I think if
servos.
they made a movie, they got to keep this voice a little bit.
Meantime,
Yeah.
just stay here.
Like,
The days
update
of
it a
the-
little bit, but it just brings the fun of the show back.
Yeah.
Right,
The,
right.
the days of the beep boop robot may be over because of Alexas and Google Homes and such. Little kids will be like, that's not what a fucking robot sounds like.
Agents for this mission.
But I feel you,
Yeah,
man.
but
I
that's
feel
the thing.
that.
That
I
you got to
feel
get
that.
them in this world, though, and then they'll believe anything.
That's true. They'll be like, is this set in the past? I'm like, shut up, kid. Don't make fun of my cartoon.
Dude, I'd watch an 80s version, like,
This is
That
an old
watch.
like with all the same designs as this, man. That movie would be sick.
These are cool. These little spectrum graphs or whatever
There's
they're showing
inherent
of the-
diversity going here, too.
These watches are everything. I want one.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
So cool.
That's an Apple Watch, dude.
He's got a fucking snake.
My super secret magic
this.
watch is
Gotta
blinking.
go.
Hold my snake. Firecracker. Now my students
Firecracker.
know my code name.
Damn, this guy's teaching
Shit.
school. Sorry, guys,
Right.
gotta bounce. Here's the sub.
Gotta go save the world. Can't tell you why.
He rolls in
Hey,
the
dog.
Gonna make a pizza
TV
pie.
with Free Willy on it. Just watch this, guys.
Dude.
My dough.
That's wasteful.
Who's gonna make the pizza?
That is just wasteful.
They had a figure set for this. That was a gas station and a figure, and the gas station transformed into something.
What if he just
They-
dropped the nozzle on the ground and ran off?
Clunk, explosion.
Just like gas pouring all over, the building explodes, and
I would now enjoy a montage of them putting on the suits and with the song going full blast.
You got to get that belt buckle
oh
shot
my
for
god,
sure.
that never happens in these shows. Andrew. You gotta
Elon
stop dreaming.
Elon Musk's Hyperloop.
This is where Elon Musk lives.
If by the time I'm 45 and I don't live inside of a mountain with a bunch of giant metal doors, I'm gonna be really pissed off.
Really
You know?
pissed off.
What do you
Where's-
do then?
Where's my base?
Just hit yourself.
How do you get a base? How do you become part of a super secret organization?
Meteorite. What do these guys do?
Delicious.
It's Venom.
Oh, fuck.
Shit.
Just what we've all.
What if Eminem just releases another Venom song for this movie?
That'd be tight.
It's the exact same one.
You could,
Yeah,
yeah, you
it's-
could, you
yeah.
could use all the same exact song and it'd be like, oh yeah, hell yeah, new Eminem.
It
That
actually
guy's
works better for
glasses.
this.
This thing it's just radioactive. It just melts stuff.
We've all got cancer now.
I want that room. Could that be the SuperHouse
That was whole
headquarters?
fucking ridiculous room.
Yeah.
This is where we should be shooting the SuperHouse Podcast television show.
Yeah,
That's
how
true.
How did we get a command center? That's How do you do
SuperHouse
that?
Command Center. That's a great idea.
Yeah. We're like the Thunderbirds.
I mean, there's
This
already
just
actually
in.
been a SuperHouse, so now we have to go to space.
Do you guys think that we're sitting too low on the ground? Here, hold on. I'll get us up to the next floor. How do you guys feel about conference room 2?
Oh man, that's funny.
This is the sunroof.
Now
they're getting
everybody,
their
M.A.S.K
helmets.
carousel.
hold your neck stiff like so you don't break your neck.
We're gonna put power beams into the masks themselves.
Yes.
That looks like
That-
it's gonna burn.
That dude rules. He's the only one who thought to save his
Shades.
eyes. Yeah.
They get Shades from Luke Cage to play that role.
Yeah. No,
They
I
get
don't
the
like
kid
that guy.
from fucking Ready Player One, the Japanese kid, to play the Japanese guy.
I don't like that guy who plays Shades. His face makes me uncomfortable. Nice Camaro. God, that truck is wicked too. I'll take any one of them. The paint schemes are so great.
This is Bruce regarding the spacecraft.
Oh,
Racist.
Look not for a fish, but a bird inside.
Oh, he's the Confucian.
Yeah.
Makes plenty of sense, buddy.
I like that he actually gets, at least if they do that,
That's
at least
awesome,
somebody
yeah.
is understanding him.
Yeah. If you read a book or two, you would know that he's speaking in a form of ancient motivational poetry.
If you read the Tao Te Ching,
Yeah.
Ching,
Yeah. You didn't read the book I lent you. Very Cobra Commander,
Yeah,
Yep.
dude.
that design.
Yeah, they should probably sue him.
Maybe it was like a regional thing too. Maybe they. No, I don't know, because I guess G.I. Joe was everywhere.
it was everywhere. I remember that.
Yes!
This is sweet, dude.
Fuck yeah! It's gonna get cold with those doors open.
He doesn't get cold. He's
Yeah,
a
they
hero.
They probably have insulation in those masks.
It's like the nuclear reactor mask, like the one Homer wears.
Yeah.
A lot of these masks.
Yeah. Wonder if that was an influence. A helicopter that turns into a plane, huh?
Yeah, that could have been a little bit different, huh?
That one's kind
Now
of.
one can go faster than the other.
Yes,
That's-
my favorite.
that's
a
the girls, right?
motorcycle.
Yellow?
That's a guy. No, there's a yellow girl as well. But that motorcycle turns into a helicopter. That's my shit right there. That's the vehicle I would want. That's so cool. Yes, look at this freaking dogfight happening. Cartoons
See-
nowadays are just about feelings and shit.
This mask.
What the
Oh, the
fuck?
yellow is yellow fucking Japanese guy, man.
I
No,
didn't see.
I don't think it is.
Okay.
They
They
snuck
shouldn't
into
be
the
here.
mission. I remember this scene quite vividly, actually.
For once, I agree with you.
I love that guy.
Idea.
It's like Orko.
Sidecar.
Okay, that's what he's driving.
Ploom. Looks like freaking Steve Zissou in that fucking thing.
Steve Zissou.
I don't know.
Oh shit, he's fucking him up.
Scuba Steve, I meant.
I like how it's not just the car. I mean,
Yes!
and that's the whole point of the show. But the masks have these powers. I don't know. I wasn't expecting all that.
His mask is just a hat with glasses on it.
Why doesn't he get a full mask? Is it because he's black?
Yeah, they have to show the cultural diversity, or else it doesn't count.
Hang on, Scott.
That mask is cool.
He's coming.
Oh, he's a country boy.
Hey,
Oh,
cowboy!
Dusty's coming.
Stefan, you'd love for Channing Tatum to play him, right?
He'd actually be pretty good.
Oh, wow.
I would give Channing Tatum that role, just not Gambit.
Would Ryan Reynolds be in this movie, bro?
No, hell no. They'd probably cast him as the robot, though, more than likely.
I think that fucking plane is my favorite design, honestly.
The plane that.
But I'm a big Starscream fan. So.
That one? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Starscream is good. Juggernaut much.
You know, when I was a kid, the Dinobots were my favorite because they were fucking.
Dinosaur.
They just
Hilarious.
They talk funny.
Yeah, that's true.
I like when
Oh,
you get
no.
like Optimus Prime, that's like great voice, and then they'd be like, "Me, Grimlock." And
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
Sick.
Yeah.
T-Bob, convert.
Well, what are we doing?
Professor Stevens
I said convert!
Just do what I say,
He's
bitch.
just abusive to his robot.
Fucking dumbass.
You're just a shitty little robot. Why don't you do what I
I
say?
am God to you.
It's
Yes,
because
sir.
T-Bog, he's such a little scaredy baby.
Did I program sentience into you, motherfucker?
T-Bob complies.
Matt Tracker is concerned about some shit.
That's why I looked off to the
He
distance.
seems to have a deep understanding of their current situation that has him troubled.
This is a seaplane? Okay.
I can't believe your tracking system actually worked for once, T-Bob. I wish I didn't.
God, stop
Why do
being
you
rude to that
why do
robot.
you
Get the
always
fuck hate
insult
you.
me so, Master? I only provide you love and support.
I need you to distract them.
You,
know,
little pussy.
I feel like there's not a lot of like main character Matt Tracker story going on.
It's an ensemble piece.
Dude,
yeah,
it's the first
that's
step
true.
too, man.
I know. Yeah, they're just figuring
You
it out.
got to capture the minds first, then you can add the story.
True, true.
That robot design is great.
I don't know what.
You love T-Bob, dude.
I love T-Bob. He looked like a little egg with eyes. And you can ride like a motorcycle. A monocycle. My favorite anime is called The Venus Wars, about a race team that rides these monocycles. And reminds me of that a little bit. Less edgier.
You were being serious about that, right?
Yeah, Venus Wars is fantastic. Venus Wars is a great anime.
I gotcha, yeah,
It's
I
a
gotcha.
film, you know, it's back when they made good anime movies. I'm sure
You know, in a moment of vulnerability for me, T-Bob. All right, so when I was
Would
a
be.
kid, my parents would call the penis a P-Bob for some fucking reason. Like,
okay.
don't
You
stop
think they got
touching
it from
your pee-pee. Instead of pee-pee, they said P-Bob.
what the fuck is going on
Dude,
in the Bush
I don't
household?
know why they fucking made that word up, man.
That answers so
P-Bob.
many questions, Andrew. So many questions.
So when I hear T-Bob, it's like, what the fuck?
T-Bob, P-Bob.
P-Bob.
Oh well, I'll never be
Stop
able to
touching
look
your
at that.
P-Bob.
I'll never be able to look at that fireman
They didn't
hat
look so
shaped
sick.
robot again the same way. I'm gonna get a tattoo of that.
You love that guy.
T-Bob.
What if he fought Sam Witwicky or Spike Witwicky, whatever the fuck his name is, in that suit he had in the show?
Did he have a suit?
Yeah, he had a suit that could transform.
Honestly, I don't want to see T-Bob fight anybody. I just want to hang out with him.
All right.
Yeah, Andrew, why's everybody gotta fight all the time?
I'm scared
Oh,
for him.
You're such
Shit,
a
man.
Man. This episode is so tense. I'm worried for him specifically. He's got such good intention. Those characters usually bite it.
Whoa.
God, I love this. Is
These
my
powers
favorite
are
character.
cool.
I think. Yeah.
These
I
scenes
guess-
would be great, like with a big, like, Fast and
Budget.
Furious type of sci-fi type of vibe.
Kind of that flash angle from Justice League ish. You know. Them,
Yeah. With lasers, keep the pretty much like
Yeah.
updated, of course, but keep the lasers.
that dude's my favorite so far, besides T-Bob.
I don't want
That
to see a
look-
single bullet.
That little kid. Honestly, though, I'm not feeling.
No, he's
Take
so
him or
rude
leave him.
to
I
his
know.
robot buddy.
Where's Gloria or whatever
It's
her name
like-
is?
Yeah.
It's like everyone has a robot buddy, but coming from a world where I don't have a robot buddy, it's not fair.
I love these vehicles, man. This guy's dangerous here. He's not a good guy
Look at that
at
close up.
all.
Look at that helmet. It's terrible.
Yeah. He's probably actually killed
Sick.
characters in this universe. Murderer.
Oh god, they're polluting the environment. M.A.S.K is terrible.
Captain Planet.
He's our hero. Gonna tip ocean
What
down
the-
to zero.
That was kind of cool.
That is cool.
That's what the sidecar's for, huh?
They
Just
did
leave
that
the
in
other
the
part,
Dark
though?
Knight. Seen it.
Beach babes, dude.
We'll be back to pick you up later.
This would be actually not a bad joke, especially if the effects were really awesome as well.
What?
I don't know. I would kind of keep that.
The boats and the cars and the whatnot?
He was
Hell
like,
yeah.
where'd he go? And they pointed to the beach, and then it transforms. I think
see.
with updated graphic, I keep thinking of how the movie would play out.
Right.
I mean, we definitely gotta watch some more episodes, then write that script.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh
Yeah!
Dang.
That's what ketamine feels like.
Ah,
You all stay cool now. God.
I would not keep that joke. of
Great
course.
pun. Are you kidding me? Puns.
I'm not
go.
that cheesy.
I see. Yeah, puns. They work for me nowadays.
Once you pass 33,
Yeah. puns that become dad joke territory.
Yeah. So you love Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze?
Love it.
Okay, man.
No, I don't.
That's a bold-faced lie.
I just liked that particular pun. Sometimes when I'm getting ice at work, I'm like, guys want to see something cool? And then I'll get the ice and dump it, because it's literally cool. Fuck you guys.
Fucking missiles, bro.
Ooh, a sticky bomb.
Whoa. So it like fucks up his fucking speed and shit?
Oh, it's like a rocket.
Whoa!
I'll never find that seaplane now.
I like those reflections in the visor.
Yeah.
The animation's
Keep that.
great. I'll give the animation, I don't know, like a 7.8.
That old meteor.
I don't have it, Dusty.
He's a badass. I like Matt Tracker. He thinks about shit. He's sitting there. He's like kind of stewing on it.
Hey, anyone want a meteor? Ta-da! It was stashed in the truck me and T-Bob took.
T-Bob.
Whether to hug you or spank you.
Whoa. Whoa.
Actually, recently studies have shown that by spanking your child, you prepare them for a life of mental illness and easily jump into anger. So, not good.
And gayness.
And gay.
Oh my god. And
Who's that guy?
isn't that one of the M.A.S.K members? Maybe
Oh,
not?
he's the one that got
Yeah.
roughed up near the
Doing my
beginning.
job. And right now, that job includes
It's a
figuring
whole
out
lot
what
of
to
white
do with the
people.
meteor.
That's true.
Oh, that's going to be changed for the movie, I bet you.
Take a look.
Bet you right now.
They probably watched this first episode too, and they're just like, "Well, jeez, oh, whoa, that frame is almost mostly
Only
background."
one. Only one.
That's just a turd he left.
Black lead in the like a Japanese American or Japanese supporting
Get Mike Moe.
character would be
Get Mike Moe of Ryu.
really
fame.
good.
Yeah.
Mike Moe.
Ouch! I don't know why they call this game catch. You keep missing the ball.
That's because I hate you, T-Bob.
That's because your throws are so bad, T-Bob.
I mean, basically the same thing I said. What a little dick. Hit him. Ah.
When you run after a ball, always stop at the street and look both
Oh
ways.
my God, they have fucking.
Nice.
Yeah.
If you're ever
They
playing
just
catch
put
with
that
a
in there.
robot. Bruno Bianchi, thank you. Terrence McDonald, great job. Gary Warren, all right. Fred Ladd.
So many writers.
Kicking ass. Diana Drew Botsford, thanks again. Shigeru Akagawa, good stuff. Shinji Aramaki, not bad yourself. Michael Milani, you need to pull your weight a little bit more in the office because Doug Stone has been complaining about you. Shuki Levy. Oh yeah, he's Shuki
everywhere.
Levy and Haim Saban. They fucking, yes, they made the
All
music.
Japanese here. All
They did the
okay,
Power
not
Rangers
here, but
music too.
Almost everybody.
R.W. Kowalczyk. Wow. I want an entire Haim Saban Shuki Levy album then. Where's that at?
This fucking song rules.
They did the Power Rangers theme. What else did they do? Deke, not Dick. Low
Saban
blood-
actually was
low blood
the guy
sugar
that started
communications.
that made the Inspector Gadget theme song and a few others, Heathcliff and shit. Anyway, what'd you guys think? Let's go with Maddie first.
What was the? It ain't no. Was it Inhumanoids? Is that what we watched?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it ain't no Inhumanoids, but y'all know I love my monsters.
I gotta watch
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I don't think I ever saw that as a kid because I know I would have watched it. You know.
Right. Yeah.
Because there wasn't like the little Kimmy was not about to say no to robots, people in masks, and cars doing cool shit at any point. So I guess it was like one of those weird things that I just never caught, or maybe something else came on that I was like, oh shit, gotta watch that instead. Kind of want to check this show out, but priorities, people. So yeah, I mean, I thought it was a pretty good first episode. I would definitely watch another one.
Wolfie.
yeah, I liked it quite a bit. I thought the vehicles were great. Seeing them all, they were able to shoehorn in every last toy that was coming out that season in this one episode. It seemed like the characters were actually pretty good. The kid was a little bothersome. T-Bob's great. Matt Tracker, great leader. You can tell he's really concerned with the entire team and not just himself or just the mission. He's really thinking about all these things. You can see the gears turning scene to scene. Really loved the motorcycle to helicopter guy. He was a badass, had some cool powers. And the villains were good enough. I wish the main villain was a little less Cobra Commander-y in design. But I'm sure he's going to get what's coming to him, so it doesn't even matter. Great team. Looking forward to the next episode. If and we get around to watching that. And going to get me a T-Bob fig.
I think this... Like you guys, I would have definitely been into this if I had seen it as a kid. I don't think I'm going to be getting like super into M.A.S.K now in my life, but if the movie came out, I'd be like, oh shit, I'm going to be really excited because I think that there's like so much you can do. You have like M.A.S.K action along with like transforming vehicle action, and if they put anywhere near the amount of money they put into like Bumblebee or any of the Transformers movies, it's gonna look great. Hopefully not as like shitty as like if it has Bumblebee type design to it, but Michael Bay money. I don't know. I think there's a lot of potential with this, and I think the whole Hasbro universe really has a lot of potential, and I would love to see it like come into fruition.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, definitely.
F. Gary Gray coming on board, him having like some interest in doing it, and having black lead, and hopefully the Asian American will be second, and then probably keep the country guy white, and so on and so forth. Like I think that it's a lot going on there. I think I don't know. It could be great, and seeing all the M.A.S.K and vehicle action in this episode was. Obviously the highlights. So, yeah, man. Third pick out of Hasbro, for sure. So, before we end it, real quick, who do you think who could be cast? Who could direct? What would be the overall tone? Any of these questions? Let's go with Wolfie first.
Shoot, man. I think if there's so many characters, it'd be hard to know who to cast. I say Mike Moe for the Japanese guy who I was saying earlier during the episode. He played Ryu in Street Fighter Assassin's Fist. He'll play Bruce Lee in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Quentin Tarantino's next movie. And he's a good Japanese actor. Give it to him. I don't know.
He's probably Chinese, but I mean,
I said Alan Tudyk for for T-Bob, but he was already K2SO in Rogue One, so maybe find somebody of another who hasn't played a robot yet on screen but has like a good voice for that. Who would be good for that is freaking Bob Odenkirk would play a good one.
Okay, all right.
Of Better Call Saul
That's
fame.
An interesting pick, man.
He'd be
I don't know where you pulled that from.
Yeah, Matt Tracker. If African American, obviously, if he's an African American guy, I would say who's good. Chadwick Boseman would be a good Matt Tracker. Definitely. And then kind of blanking on some of the bad guys, but just get a nice colorful cast in there, and throw some more work John Boyega's way too. I mean, if it's gonna be like an urban style, or how do they describe it as being a culturally diverse,
like youth development or some shit like that. I forget.
Yeah. So if they're putting any effort into diversity, like. I think John Boyega can do no wrong in my eyes. And he'd actually be a good Matt Tracker, too, just saying. Chadwick Boseman would be good, too. That's my cast.
Maddie?
So what I would do is make them all teenagers. Just kidding.
All right.
Because that's what sells people, right? I don't know, man. I think a good Matt Tracker would be John Hamm, but we don't need to see him blonde. Just give him black hair. Just keep John Hamm the way he is. You know what I'm saying? Or Jeffrey Dean Morgan, because I like him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be cool. I don't know, man. Randall, something like what? I don't know. Just make it diverse.
What about I don't know if it was Gloria or not, but the blonde woman in it. Can't be any race. Any race.
Oh my god.
Of course. Open call. Open casting.
I don't know. Just put Zazie Beetz in that shit, man. She's great. Or the girl that played Valkyrie, totally blanking on her name, from Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, fucking Tessa Thompson.
Yeah, put her in that shit.
Yeah.
You know what? Just take the cast of Westworld and put it in this shit, mate. The fucking oh my god, blanking on his name.
Jeffrey Morgan.
No, well, yeah, he would be in it, but the Ed Harris would be the villain.
Oh,
character.
dude, that's awesome. Yes, that's
And,
fucking sweet.
You know, I would definitely do a redesign of the masks and stuff because they can look way cooler since, like, obviously, or like sculpting and toy making has gotten a lot better in the past. So I would definitely work on the mask designs. There are some cool ones that can be elaborated on. Who would I get to direct this movie? You know what? I'm going to say John Krasinski because The Quiet Place was pretty sick and I'd like to see him direct something else, so why not give him M.A.S.K? If he can, he can scare me, he can make an action movie. Yeah, he would be too. Yeah, man, just write and direct that shit. It'd be awesome.
All right, well,
then you put his wife in there, Emily Blunt. She could be a bad guy too. Damn.
Oh, I forgot they were married.
You got me on a tangent now. I can go on forever.
All right, well, I think I'm going to go with F. Gary Gray directing it, and then for Matt Tracker, I don't know. I just like the guy. I think Sterling K. Brown may be a little bit too old for some people, but I think he'd be great.
I don't think he's that old, but he's got the man, and the Predator is so good.
Yeah,
I think he's like a hero character.
Yeah, I'd like to see him as like a lead good guy, and I think he could definitely pull it off. And as for the other characters, I haven't thought about it. But this actually just came to me while you guys were talking. Stanley Tucci for the Miles Mayhem?
Nice, yeah. Fuck yeah!
Tucci gang.
Tucci gang, yeah.
Because he can pull off anything. And let's go with, like, for the girl... Fuck, man. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, Zazie Beetz. Or even the girl from Iron Fist.
Oh, yeah.
Have her in there. And then... I don't know. I mean, for the Japanese American guy, that kid from fucking Ready Player One, unless you get another unknown, like kind of an unknown.
Stephen Yeun from fucking Walking Dead.
Him as well. Yeah, he could do it.
Yeah.
And I agree. Maybe change the mask design a little bit. I'm generally a fan of like a real sleek design. That's why I like ninjas and shit so much. But I don't know if they probably shouldn't go too sleek at the same time, because then it's kind of fronting on Power Rangers. I think
front on them, M.A.S.K.
And they already own that. They're already part of the Hasbro verse. So it's like you got to differentiate a little bit. So I get it. So I don't know. But yeah, add something to it. A little shiny or two, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. It just feels like there's something that could be done there. Thanks for listening, everybody. This has been another installment of our Hasbroverse, or this has been another installment of our deep dive into the Hasbroverse. We only have 2 more, and as you can probably tell if you've been paying attention to this series, I kind of wanted to start off with the least popular one, which I pretty much believe was Visionaries, Knights of the Magical Light, which was fine, didn't hate it, but it definitely kind of like the least popular out of all of them. And then we went through ROM and what was the other one, Micronauts and all that. And now that we've done M.A.S.K, we only have 2 left, which is G.I. Joe and then finally Transformers. But I've been heading up all of these, but I do think that Stefan has got to head up the G.I. Joe episode.
It would be my pleasure.
So that'll be the next one that comes out, whenever that is. And we will be adding this podcast episode to our ShinfoCast playlist, which also has our Doctor Strange and the Occult episode, our top video game conspiracies episode, our top video game myths episode,
Myths and Mysteries. Yeah.
Myths and Mysteries, and then we have a few more on there, and of course our Hasbroverse, a deep dive playlist as well. Thank you, Shasta and Matt Herring, for your Patreon patronage. And if you want to become a patron, please go to patreon.com/SuperHousePodcast. That's patreon.com/SuperHousePodcast. SuperHouse is on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and we also have stores on redbubble.com and teepublic.com. That's teepublic.com. If you want a SuperHouse shirt or a mug, please go there. And I am Thunderwolf Lives on Twitter. And what you guys got?
I'm STFNSNTCRZ on Twitter. I just started.
You're not Wolfie Cruz?
Not on Twitter just yet. I'm pretty sure I'll change that. I'm Wolfie Cruz on Instagram, which I haven't put anything up there yet. But I think I'm going to start writing more jokes and putting them on Twitter for the world to laugh.
I didn't even know you were on Twitter.
Yeah, it's just a new thing. I had a funny idea today. I'm like, I should put that on Twitter because most comedians you hear about, they use Twitter.
That's true.
And it's a good platform to get like really quick little jokes across without it being like a whole status with a bunch of comments and stuff, i.e. Facebook.
And to put your hot takes.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm having a larger Twitter presence, so check that out. Currently it's STFNSNTCRZ, but shortly will be Wolfie Cruz. And check me out there, and then, I'll be on the SuperHouse page. Check us out there. I like to post memes. Post some shit to us. Interact with us. I'd love to be your friend. Signing off.
Wait, Maddie.
Hey, this is Maddie. You can follow me on Instagram at Old Beardo. I just post artwork and stuff. I also have something really cool that I just did with one of my roommates and 5 other people. We designed tote bags, and they're $16. $5 of that goes to a charity if you buy one. It can be for anything. All of them are listed for the charities and all the designs, and it's on ratkingframes.com. Just go to the shop section, and all the tote bags will show up. Help out, man. Buy a tote.
I didn't even know that. That's awesome.
Nice.
Check out Stefan's show Hot Package on SuperHouse YouTube, when we have a bunch of other stuff on there as well, in addition to Hot Package. And also, please leave us reviews in iTunes, because that actually increases our visibility in the iTunes store, which at the end of the day, a podcast needs iTunes, at least right now. So, yeah. This is Andrew signing off.
This is Maddie. Bye-bye.
This is all Wolfie Cruz. New Hot Package coming soon, within the next 2 weeks, probably the next week. I'll let you know about that. Signing off.
This is Stefan from the SuperHouse Podcast. Be sure to check us out on Patreon, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and any other godforsaken social media outlet that we should be floating on.
We are basically on all social media.
Yeah, all social media.
Mainly Facebook and Twitter and Patreon.
Check out the links in the description.
We have a lot of cool goals set up on our Patreon. Like if you donate $1, you'll be able to give us a topic for us to talk about. And we'll talk about for maybe an hour or more. Who knows how long it'll take.
And that's pretty tight.
That's the coolest thing.
Wait, we're on the internet?
That's pretty good.
We can make money.
What?
If you donate $1,000, you get full frontal nudes.
We haven't set that up, but it's a possibility. You give us $1,000, who knows what'll happen.
Check us out.
I'll do that. I'll do that.
You get to go on a date with one of us for $10,000.
But you pay for everything.
You get to have your way with Maddie for $20,000.
For $1 million, I'll give you Joey for a weekend.
For $30,000, we'll help you hide a body. Check out our Patreon.
SuperHouse Gigolo Project.